Life doesn't move in straight lines. It twists, turns, and surprises us along the way. On Better Things Ahead, we talk to people who have walked those winding paths. Each story reminds us of the lessons, hope, and promise of better things ahead.
Welcome in to Better Things Ahead. We are your hosts. My name is Matt Cloyd.
Michael Estes.
And we are excited to continue our kind of college football preseason preview.
Heck yeah.
As we get ready to kind of launch into that. Last week, we talked about Mississippi State, and we each kind of gave our predictions as far as that goes. This week, we're going to kind of talk about Tennessee. But before we jump into Tennessee, we do need to make a correction.
Yeah, I didn't do the math very well when I was kind of trying to do quick math as we were walking through the schedule for Mississippi State. I had incorrectly said that Kelly had us at 9-3 and Matt had us at 7-5. The truth of the matter is, Kelly and I were both at 8-4, and Matt was at 6-6.
That's right.
So we did make a bowl in Matt's prediction.
Yeah.
I think there's a good number of people who have us at 6-6, and then Kelly and I both are a little bit more ambitious and high on Mississippi State at 8-4. Again, great season. At that point, you're trending in a really good direction. So
yeah, I think that's good.
Just got to have things out there. I know that probably people were infuriated as they were trying to follow us, and they were like, "No, you're wrong."
Yeah, our listeners were sitting there tallying as we went along. Like they brought out their scratch pad, notepads, ready to take notes on Better Things Ahead, and so we got all sorts of complaints, and so we had to make that adjustment.
Yep.
All right, so now let's turn our attention to the University of Tennessee. As a Tennessee fan, kind of watching from afar a bit, it's always interesting because I'm not in that the orange glasses kind of atmosphere, so I don't constantly hear all the stuff that's going to go on. But Tennessee's going to be interesting this year because it is very different. You had, of course, last year we had kind of a quarterback issue where, kind of who was supposed to be the future quarterback left in spring. We ended up picking up.
That was a wild story. That was a crazy story. So
ended up picking up a transfer in that situation who ended up being pretty good. Mm-hmm. But he was just going to be a one-year guy. I kind of knew that. So now this year, you're going to have a quarterback competition coming in. You've got a guy who's kind of sat there in waiting the past couple of years. You have this brand new freshman that's coming in that's supposed to be kind of an all-star. So you have that. Defensively, we've struggled over the past several years. We got a new defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Big guy, coming out of Penn State, and, he's very solid defensively. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. We had a great transfer class. We lost one of those transfers defensively because some issues there, who was one of our best, defensive, guys that we picked up. So there's a lot of variables. It's one of those things where it could go one way, and shock a lot of people, or it could go the other way and shock a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
How do you feel about Heupel?
I like Heupel. I think,
For those who don't know, Josh Heupel is the head coach at University of Tennessee. Yeah. He's been there for, 5-6 years now?
Yeah, that's right. And so offensively, I think, of course, he's an offensive guy, Heisman-winning quarterback, all those kinds of things. So offensively, he's always been good, but it's usually the defense that's, struggled. And, there have been times where his offense, it almost seems like it's stale. But the problem is it's so quarterback dependent.
Yeah.
And so that's, I think, where the question comes into play, because you look at the years when he's had a solid arm, his offense, he's able to do additional things and get creative with it. The years he doesn't have a great arm, it's much more simplified, refined. Still does okay, but I think he's a good coach, and I think if he can get the defensive piece figured out, roll that together, I think they have a good shot of making the playoffs, as well as competing in the playoffs. So we'll see. So to kind of kick things off, we've got Furman. That's kind of your figure out if you know how to play football type of game. And so I'd be shocked if anyone says that's going to be a loss.
I think you win.
I agree. I think that's a win. It's at home, so you should feel really good about that.
Yeah, and that's, it'll be a fun kind of back. It's a mid-afternoon game, so that'll kind of get things going. Week number 2 against Georgia Tech. This one, is a little interesting to me.
I think it's a big swing game.
I think so. And
I mean, early in the season in Atlanta, I've been in that stadium before. It's a tricky place to play.
and
Have you ever been to that stadium before?
I have not.
Okay,
Have.
if you go to, you have?
I haven't watched a game there, but I worked at camp there, and I went to go see the stadium while I was
It's
there.
pretty cool on the inside. Like you can see downtown Atlanta from like your seats and stuff like that. So you see big buildings kind of all around you, and it's kind of, it feels like it's down in like a lower part, but it's not really. It's just because the buildings around you are so big. Anyways, if you're going to go to a road game this year, that would be fun. That would be a one I would go to.
Yeah. I would be open to that, because Atlanta's not far. And so, and I like going to away games when I have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your all's thoughts, before I give mine?
This is going to be a really great year for the University of Tennessee, and they're going to win.
All right. So Matt has Kelly is being really nice to Matt right now. I'm actually, this is an interesting game to me because Georgia Tech was really good last year, pretty good last year. Their coach, Brent Key, is like really well regarded. I think their quarterback's going to be pretty good this year. And so like, it's one of those games that I see could go kind of either way. But I do think Tennessee I think Heupel's a little bit more proven. I think Tennessee as an SEC school with SEC talent should go in there and win. So I'm going to say it's a win, but maybe a close game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those games where people think it's going to be close going in, but I think Tennessee will show up and show out. Heupel, and those are the games that they tend to come out and be like, wow, they put up 60 points. And they're going to be great this year, and then you get into some of the real games. And so I think that's going to be the case where it's going to be one of those where everybody's going to think it's kind of close, and then Heupel's going to come out and surprise you because, again, you kind of have Furman the week before.
Yeah, warm-up game.
Yep. I think it's going to be good. Okay, next game, Kennesaw State, another
Atlanta team. It's right there in northern Atlanta. I've actually been on their campus before, too.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things where...
Anybody picking a loss in that game? No. Everybody's a win. Okay.
All right. So currently we got Tennessee 3-0.
3-0.
Going into the Texas game.
Big game.
I told you it was a good year for them.
That might be the biggest game of that week.
I think so.
In the SEC for sure, but like maybe in the country.
Could be.
Might be a game day game.
Mm-hmm. And then... Actually, I don't think it'll be a game day game because I think that's the week that LSU returns to Ole Miss.
Oh, what a great weekend of football! It's gonna be so good.
I could be wrong, but I think that's week 4.
That's also the day of my wedding, and we do not have TV.
Oh, I have a phone, Kelly.
Who plans a wedding during college football season?
That's a good question.
I'm so sorry. My friends took all the other weekends.
So
she just wants to get married.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I should have done a day wedding for y'all could watch football at nighttime.
I mean,
early morning would be
early. 8 a.m.
Like an 8 a.m. wedding.
Everybody's so excited to be here.
That's what fall weddings are from now on. No, so Texas, I think it's going to be a good game.
You're at home.
Got them at home. That stadium's going to be sold out. It's going to be loud. It'll be interesting to see as far as that goes. Of course, you got Peyton Manning, who is going to be,
Arch. But
Peyton.
Peyton will be there. Yeah, you're right. That is an interesting dynamic I hadn't thought about.
And they've already asked him, who are you going to pull for? And he's said he's got to pull for family. Family's first. And, of course, he wants the University of Tennessee.
Lame.
And so, that's kind of my thoughts. But so you got Peyton, who, was already going to kind of create some of that attention additional. And now you got Arch, who, is going to be wanting, I think there's going to be that kind of chip on his shoulder of wanting to go into the University of Tennessee and win. I think there's potential for Texas and Tennessee to kind of become rivals.
Yeah.
Because you already kind of have that little bit of an undertone of, Texas is the wrong color orange.
Yeah. What orange are we picking here? That's the question.
And so, as much as, it pains me, I think Texas wins the game.
I agree. I think Texas has got a little too much this year. It should be a good game. I think being at home will help and could potentially swing the game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Texas wins.
Yeah.
Me too. I think Texas wins.
So 3-1, still got a great chance at the playoff at this point. So
yep. Okay, and then we go. I like our schedule because it's not, you don't have a long stretch of home games or a long stretch of away games. That always drives me crazy. We've got kind of a back and forth. So the next 2 games, we've got Auburn and Arkansas. You got Auburn at home, Arkansas away. Per preference, that's probably the way I would want it. Based on those
those 2 teams for sure. Yeah.
And so, so who do you guys have in those 2 games?
Producer Kelly, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you're going to lose to Auburn.
Okay.
But you're going to win Arkansas.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go wins in both games. I don't know. Again, as we talked about this a little bit in the Mississippi State podcast, I don't know about – there's so much I don't know about Auburn. I know that Arkansas is bad. I feel relatively confident. They did not get a very good head coach. He's a first-year head coach. I wasn't super impressed with him at Memphis. Thought he was okay at Memphis. And I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. I don't know what there's too many question marks with them. And then Auburn, like first-year head coach, he was good also where he was. They've got a quarterback that came with him, but I think they're rebuilding right now, so I think y'all win both games.
Okay. I think so as well. I think the Auburn one, and really Arkansas too, because there's always one game somewhere in there that Tennessee tends to stumble a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think they have a shot at winning both of them. So I'm going to go ambitious and say they win them.
So where's everybody at right now, record-wise?
So Kelly has Tennessee at 4-2, and we are both at 5-1.
Okay,
which is great. Brings us to the 3rd Saturday in October, the famous rivalry between Tennessee and Alabama. This one I think is interesting because really since Heupel's been there, almost basically went every other year.
Yep.
And it's starting to kind of feel like a rivalry again.
Yeah.
After us getting completely smoked by Nick Saban for 20 years.
Along with the rest of the SEC.
Right. So, but we did beat Saban, to kind of get things going.
Yep.
And so
who won last year?
Last year, Alabama won. And it was at Alabama. And so we're back home. I think, again, there's questions surrounding Alabama. It's going to really, this entire record comes down to our quarterback play, which quarterback gets the start, which one performs. Right. I like the idea that there is a quarterback competition because it should push both of them. So where are you guys at on the Alabama game?
Alabama's going to win. I'm sorry.
Dang, that's 2 home losses.
Yeah.
In the SEC.
She has us at 3 home losses.
Wow. That's tough. So I think DeBoer is going to be on the hot seat if not fired after this year. I don't have a lot of confidence in him. I know a lot of Alabama fans who don't have a lot of confidence in him. I think he's a good coach. He probably came into the wrong situation for his first SEC job. I mean, to step into the job after Nick Saban, it's kind of a lose-lose situation no matter what. I mean, unless you're in the playoffs every single year, you're going to be on the hot seat. So I think they could easily end up on the hot seat, and I think he could end up on the hot seat. I think that Tennessee wins this game because it's at home and because Heupel's a better coach. I've got Tennessee winning the game.
Okay. So Alabama plays Georgia the week before.
Oof.
And so
that'll tell us a lot.
It will tell us a lot.
If they go and get smoked by Georgia, I don't have any confidence they're going to go into Tennessee and try to win a game.
Yeah. So for that reason, I'm going to go, I think Tennessee gets the win.
Okay.
Okay. Then we get to South Carolina, at South Carolina. Historically, Tennessee's done pretty well against Beamer. And
Again, another guy that's on the hot seat. Don't have a lot of faith in him.
yeah, and so, but we've also stubbed our toe. A couple of
Sure.
years ago, before we expanded the playoff, had the chance to secure it, go into that 4-team playoff, and blew it against South Carolina. But again, that was a defensive issue.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But okay, Kelly, who do you have in that one?
Tennessee.
There we go, back in the win column for Tennessee.
I started off this episode with they're going to do really good. And so we've got to make them do really good.
That's right. That's right.
She has them finishing really strong, I think.
Yeah.
I think that y'all beat South Carolina at South Carolina. I don't think they're very good. I don't have a whole lot of faith in them at all.
Okay. Kentucky.
I don't have faith in them being at y'all's place. I think that y'all win that game. I don't think Kentucky's going to be very good this year. So another win for you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I also don't think Kentucky's cheer team is going to be good this year either.
Mm.
Oh,
I think
that's a
Tennessee
hot take.
actually might beat them at nationals this year.
okay.
Look at that. A little bonus.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got 2 wins in that
I
one.
know.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Texas A&M. Go on the road.
That's a tough environment.
Tough place to play.
I like their coach. I think they finally have the right coach in the place. I don't love their quarterback. Marcel Reed's pretty good, but just not great. I think they're going to get you there. That's a tough environment. That's a tough place to play. Probably be a night game. So yeah, I got A&M winning that one.
I have Tennessee winning that one.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at this.
I think A&M wins.
It's just a tough thing to do, to stay that hot, to go down there, play in front of 105. Now, you'll play in front of 100,000 people all the time,
but they're for us.
Yeah, they are on your side.
Yeah, and so I think, to your point, you have that long. Based on my record, you have a 5-win streak.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I think if Tennessee gets to that point, I mean, they'll be ecstatic and be extremely disappointed if they lose to A&M. But I do think going on the road, that environment, by that point, you're going to have injuries coming into play. So, yeah, I think A&M wins. And then let's go ahead and do Vanderbilt, and we're going to come back to LSU.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of a big one. That's
Yeah.
going to be the difference for me between 10-2 and 9-3.
Yeah. So Vanderbilt, it's a win for me. I mean,
they lost their quarterback. I don't really believe that they're that good. I'm just going to be shocked if they have a winning record this year.
Yeah. And Tennessee's going to come into that with a chip on their shoulder after what happened last year with Diego Pavia and all that.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, I got a win for Tennessee. Kelly.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All
All right. So with that being said,
Lane
Kelly's
comes
got us
into
at
town.
3 losses. Michael and I are both at 2 losses for Tennessee. Now you have Lane returned. The last time Lane returned,
it got ugly.
The University of Tennessee. I was
There were
at
golf
that game.
balls and
Golf
mustard bottles.
mustard bottles, all of which were thrown. I'm curious to know, if Lane still has that golf ball and if he'll bring it with him to that.
He
game.
should.
He probably will. He threw it out as a first pitch at an Ole Miss game.
That's funny.
A couple years ago. And so,
The biggest college football troll of all time.
Absolutely.
If there was a national championship for college football trolls, he would win.
Yes. And so
And I think all the Ole Miss fans who listen to this would agree with me.
yeah. Well, now the Ole Miss fans are getting
They're
getting to experience it. And so this will be his first time back for that. Again, you don't know what LSU is going to be. It's Lane Kiffin. He's a good coach, so offensively they'll be good. There's a lot of kind of variables as far as that goes. And that time when Ole Miss came back, it went to overtime. That's what led to the things being thrown.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's an interesting game. What do you guys think?
Kelly?
Well, Tennessee is finishing strong on my schedule, so they beat LSU, and it's at home, so even better.
Okay.
Okay. I'm struggling with this one. I'll be honest with you. I think Kiffin and Heupel are about even as far as coaching. Like, they're both good coaches. They both know how to build programs. Sam Leavitt, who is the quarterback for LSU, I have never been impressed by him. Mississippi State played against him twice at Arizona State, and both times we made him look bad with bad defenses. Like, it wasn't in neither situation did we have a good defense going against him, and we were able to contain him. I just don't know what Tennessee's quarterback situation is going to look like. If their quarterback is solid and can run Heupel's offense, I think y'all win the game. I think I'm gonna pick y'all to win.
Okay.
Because it's at home.
Sure.
Because you have the home environment, and I think Heupel and Kiffin are a wash. It's going to come down to quarterback play, and I just don't really believe in Sam Leavitt that much. Now, I do think LSU's going to be really good this year.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm torn. I think it's going to be a close game either way. I do think it'll come down to quarterback play. And with us, I just have no idea. To be honest, my record and my wins and losses are based on whichever quarterback wins the competition, they come in and do well. Because usually, Heupel can make a quarterback look good. So that's kind of what this is based on. And so I'll go a win there because essentially you're looking at playoff implications at this point.
Yeah.
Based on my record at this point, and you've shocked the world because I think most national media, they're kind of predicting Tennessee as an 8-win team.
Yeah.
Because there's so many variables. So I'm going to give them the win, make them 10-2 as a chance to get in the playoff. Realistically, I think they're a 9-3 team. Going back to kind of that Arkansas Auburn, I do think they'll end up probably dropping one there, but this is, kind of ambitious. And again, if they play well, I think that's what they could do, and so I've got them at 10-2. You've got them at 10-2. Kelly has them at 9-3.
All right.
So not bad.
In either case, it's a playoff. It's a potential playoff team.
Any of those records I would be happy with kind of going into.
It's the state of Texas that got you that year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see. So that's, a lot of fun, and I'm pleased with that. So we'll finish up our college football preview next week as we look at Southeastern Louisiana University.
We can't wait for Kelly just to walk us through the schedule. Tell us about her school. It's going to be so great.
That's right. So we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on Better Things Ahead. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for videos of the podcast. Until next time, keep moving forward because there are always better things ahead.